Hello my little geeks and freaks, welcome back to my book bowl challenge where I will go through a massive bowl of books and hopefully not lose my sanity in the process. Today's book review is on Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas, which is the third installment of the Devil's Night series. This book follows Damon's story, Damon Torrance, who arguably has the most backstory so far in the series. He also has the most work cut out for him, for viewers to find him likable and redeemable at this point. Damon's very unpredictable, and he is the most dangerous. He let Michael's brother almost succeed in unaliving his friends, and while we see a small glimpse of guilt from him in the last book, he still has a long way to go. For redemption, for reconciliation, with the people that he values and loves the most. This book involves Damon making a lot of calculated moves in order to get revenge against a girl from his past, as per usual with Damon. A girl who testified against him and was the reason he got sent to prison for so long. Damon has a lot of anger. He wants revenge. And he gets excited by the games. By thinking of life as a big game of chess. You have to plan out your next 10 moves in order to keep ahead of the game and in order to checkmate. He wants to continue to defy his father and do whatever it takes to get revenge against Winter. Winter, being a blind woman who testified against Damon, is scared of what her future holds. She knew he'd come back. She's not exactly prepared for it though. She hates Damon. In her eyes, Damon ruined her life multiple times. She always believed it was all just a game to him, but his games made her miserable in the end, and it altered the course of her life. In her eyes, she felt like she was changed because of it in a way that she shouldn't like, but it's just what it was. Problem is Winter forgot a lot of things. She forgot about things that happened the day she lost her vision. She forgot about all the things that Damon had said to her when he was keeping his identity hidden. She almost forgot how he made her feel. All she really remembers, all that she's really holding on to, is that feeling of being betrayed and vulnerable, and that feeling of being used. Damon, on the other hand, remembers everything. Everything. He hasn't forgotten. But he feels betrayed by Winter. He knew it was going to happen with the way the fallout was, but it didn't stop the pain from coming. So in order to get his revenge, he makes her mother, and her sister financially dependent on him, and then marries her sister. Despite everything that Winter's angry with Damon for, her sister still wants him. Does not give a damn about Winter. Really didn't want Winter to be in her life at this point, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to get Damon, so she doesn't care. Winter's mom is really trashy because she's supposed to be protecting her, but she really cares more about her financial status and stability more than anything else. And because of this, Winter feels alone. She has nobody that she can really turn to. On top of that, she hates that she has confusing feelings towards Damon. She wants to hate him. Can only hate him. She doesn't want any other mixed feelings with it. Damon torments her, but he also has to deal with his inner turmoil regarding his feelings towards her, and it's kind of ruining his plans for revenge. Meanwhile, Winter finds some friendship and help from unexpected sources, and they kind of help her feel more protected, help her feel more normal, less alone. They show her that it's okay that she feels the way she does. They also kind of give her a little bit of insight into Damon, to say that while his past doesn't justify or excuse what he did, there's a reason for why he is the way he is. Throughout the book, it takes us through their past, their traumas, their feelings about themselves, each other, and the people around them. And I feel like this book shows a lot of healing between themselves as a couple, their own healing towards them, like for themselves. I think they're able to kind of get past a lot of the things that have been heavy on their shoulders for their entire lives. And although they have a happy ending, it takes a lot of arguments, a lot of explanations, some pushback, and a lot of struggling to fight for what they want in order to get that happy ending. I told you, Damon has a lot of work cut out for him. And to make it all worse, unfortunately, Damon's desire for revenge in the beginning of the book is not the only threat to Winter's safety. As we get towards the end of the book, Damon has to race against the clock to save what's most important to him, even at the risk of his own life. And when you think their lives couldn't get any more insane, Damon's father drops a huge bomb, and Damon loses it. Goes right over the edge. Which leads to some consequences. As we get to the end of the book as a whole, what Winter's able to let go of her anger, Damon's willing to let go of his anger, and both of them are willing to move forward. But it also comes with other issues, and they have to kind of navigate the confusing territory they're now in. But again, they get their happy ending. My favorite part of the book is the scene in the maze. It's fun, playful, but it's also passionate and spicy and intense. And I feel like it's a huge turning point for Winter and Damon. Yes, there's a little bit before that where that was kind of the turning point. There's a big moment that leads to that maze that was the main turning point, but I think this is the start of them together doing that turning point as a couple. While I struggle because I don't want to give you all the details of this book, because I think everything that is worth talking about is something that I think you would want to read for the first time, and not have somebody tell you about it before reading it. I will say that this book has a lot of emotion. I pity everything that I see from each of the characters, even the side characters. Okay, not every side character, but the more important side characters. You'll understand as you read. And I genuinely felt a connection to the story. Again, as I've said about her past books, the beginning is slower, does take a little bit longer to get into. You know, there's more, you're getting all the information that is being thrown at you. And then all of a sudden it's just speeding towards the finish. And not in a bad way. It's like, it's good. I think it's good. I think Damon's redemption was good. While I loved the ending, and I'm glad that they were able to get their happy ending. Like I said, Damon's redemption, chef's kiss. He's my second favorite character at this point. He was so close to me saying he was my favorite character, but I just there's like a special place in my heart for Kai. I love Kai. I would say it's my favorite book, though, in the series. Kai's my favorite character, but this book is my favorite book. I do hope you guys give this series a chance. It is worth it if you're into dark romance, some trigger warnings. It's not like super dark, but, you know, it's not a happy-go-lucky book, you know what I mean? And if you're into, you know, a little bit of action and a whole lot of, you know, action, if you get what I mean. I like the book. I can't wait to read the next book. Technically, the next book is a novella. I've already read that, and I will be recording my review on that right after this. But the next book is like the last main book in the series. So I am excited to see Will's story. I'm so excited. Let me know if you guys have read this book, if you want to read this book, if you want to talk about this book. Let me know. I am thinking in the future, maybe not with every single book I review, but with some books, especially more popular ones that people want to hear about, I might do more in-depth reviews, or like I said, I think I've mentioned it before, doing like a book club where we can actually talk about all the details, and I can keep my reviews a little bit more vague for the people who don't want to know, but are intrigued enough to find out if they want to read it. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Anyway, that is it for my book review. Like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to be informed every time I post a new video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.